As we all try to wrap our heads around developments with COVID-19, which seem to change minute by minute, one concern so many of us have is what about our pets? And then, not even 24 hours ago, we learned of the first confirmed cases in 2 pet cats in New York. This is Dr. Marianne Bailey, who is the owner of the Queenstown Veterinary Hospital. Dr. Bailey, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
So you're up to speed, I would say, as much as you can be with all this. What can you tell us about the 2 cats in these 2 cases in New York?
So there were 2 cats that were domestic cats that lived in a house with their families, and they tested positive. One cat lived in a household with humans, that at least one human that was positive for the virus. The other cat was not known to be in a house with any positive humans. Both cats developed respiratory signs that led the owners to have them seen by a veterinarian and then subsequently be tested. So we're learning more as the day goes on, but that's currently the situation. One cat was from a household that we knew had the virus. The other cat, no one had been tested positive for the virus.
So it's like 2 completely different circumstances. How does something like this happen, transmitting, let's say in one of the cases, from human to animal?
We know that this is transmitted by respiratory droplets, and that's how it has been transmitted between people, and that's how we believe it is being spread from human to animals, and that's called reverse zoonosis. So zoonotic diseases are diseases that animals can give to humans, and when it happens the opposite way, that's reverse zoonosis. So the belief is that in the one household, we know someone was sick with the virus, probably their cough or their sneeze when they were holding their pet, probably for comfort when they weren't feeling well, was then inhaled by the pet, and they subsequently developed very mild disease. In the other household, we must assume at this point, and maybe news will come out that shows otherwise, that probably someone in that house did have the virus, although they were asymptomatic or very mild symptoms that were consistent with a cold or allergies, and then they spread it to their pet from there.
Let's say that we have a pet that we find out has COVID-19. Can our pet then give it to us?
At this point, we do not believe that that is the case. As we've seen, things are changing week by week, but we do not believe that there's any fear that an animal can pass the virus to a person. There's still a lot of research being done, and we're trying to get as much information as we can, but we don't think that will happen. And so far, pets have developed very mild disease, not disease at the extent that we're seeing in humans requiring hospitalization. And we do not have any pets that have died of the disease as of today.
So big picture here, Dr. Bailey, should we know more about what's going on with this virus and our pets and us by now?
Well, I think the big thing is 6 weeks feels like a really long time to us, for everyone that's working from home or doing homeschool, or their lives have been changed for the past 6 weeks. But in the course of a disease process, that's not very much time. And so over time, in the next couple of weeks or months, we're going to know more. And as we go, we'll take that information that we have and we'll make better decisions. But at this point, I think we know as much as we can know. And also our daily habits have changed. And so at this point, we're not socializing with other people, and we're not taking our pets into other homes. Once we're allowed to interact more with our neighbors and our friends, will we see cases of a pet passing it to a pet in another household? I don't know the answer, and I don't mention that to incite fear in anyone, but I do think that as the disease continues to develop, as we continue to learn more about it, and as we hopefully get back to some kind of a normal lifestyle, we may see that how it affects our pets or how it affects us continues to change with time.
Okay, so when it comes to our cat or our dog, is there anything in particular we should watch out for?
Yeah, definitely. So anytime your cat or your dog is sneezing or coughing, those are signs of an upper respiratory illness, and you should call your veterinarian. However, your veterinarian is not going to test for COVID immediately. They're going to rule out other upper respiratory infections in your pets first. If they have a strong suspicion that it could be the coronavirus, they need to contact their state veterinary health team and discuss with them first before running any test for the virus specifically. And then from there, we'll handle it as needed. But there are specific guidelines that the states are giving out to veterinarians as to when to test and what are the appropriate contacts that need to be made prior to testing. So just keep loving on your pets and watch them for any signs of disease. If you know you or someone in your house has tested positive, it would be a good idea for 2 weeks to try to limit exposure to them. But we know we're all stuck in our house and we're doing the best we can.
Doing the best we can. Veterinarian Dr. Mary Ann Bailey, thank you so much for your time with us this afternoon. You have brought a lot of answers to a lot of questions that we've had.
Well, thank you. And like I said, this is all changing. 5 weeks ago, I did an interview and I said, I don't think we're going to see it in our cats and our dogs in our house. And I was wrong, because this is constantly a changing situation and we're continuing to learn more.
Things are just a change. And doctor, thank you so much and stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you too.